It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the Commanders' leader at quarterback, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year. And it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the SoDo district of Seattle.
Today we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store
between the Washington Commanders
and the Seattle Seahawks.
Brandon Gaudin here alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Seahawks in this matchup, but with how good they have been, it's not often that we can say they come into a game truly facing a challenge. But, Charles, that's the case this week.
Absolutely. What a challenge it is, because they're now coming into this one, and they don't exactly have a clear advantage, something that they usually possess in every game they play with the way that they throw the football. I can't wait to see if they change things, if they emphasize different things than we've seen throughout this season, how they go about trying to move the ball downfield.
Strapped in, it's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Seattle.
Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
On the handoff, they start with Richardson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 63 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
They'll run again with Richardson.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Looking to throw on second down. Reeves. And it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking.
Washington going to send out their punter.
As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef, that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop it for a second straight play.
3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
This defense for the Commanders, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. To throw on 2nd down, Reeves. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Reeves. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st down, Poole completes it to Fant on the right side.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On On third down, Poole. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now, first down. Here's Richardson to start the drive. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Throwing on first down. Reeves. And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Following the fumble recovery, Poole. This is the tight end Fant. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Poole. And he wisely will throw that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Poole.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The Seahawks send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On 1st and 10, Reeves. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. Reeves.
Complete. It's Dotson.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On the ground, here's Richardson again. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Off play action. Reeves. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Reeves. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
Oh, able to avoid him. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Reeves. This one caught by Winslow.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Reeves. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
We'll get an injury stoppage, and it appears to be the wideout Jahan Dotson. He's the one shaken up. The medical staff will attend.
Richardson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down late at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he's got it.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. To throw on second down.
Pull. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On first down, pull. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again, he'll drop to throw.
To the right side and complete to Atwell. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
He had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Throwing on first down. Pull the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They'll run a draw now with Akers.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
Oh, good move.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now it's Richardson.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And throw here's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Poole. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They run with Richardson, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Reeves. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On 3rd and 2, Reeves. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down.
Poole. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they take it over, we step aside. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A beautiful fake. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington.
Garrett Wilson,
68 yards.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Pull. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To the sideline, and it's caught. But boy, he's out of bounds. Trying to get him into space, coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts,
as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Seahawks send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line.
And here comes Westbrook.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Washington's offense ready to go again. There's Antonio Gibson.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Pass interference. Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll get this one complete to Winslow. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, Reeves. And he will find his man on the outside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, his distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late-season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard. But there are definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And they pick up the first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Looking to throw on second down.
Akers back-to-back catches. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Peterson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
To throw on second down. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's taken down inside the 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And this one is right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
First chance for the Commanders' offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half.
On first down, Reeves.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Throwing on first down, Reeves. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Reeves. That is caught inside the 5.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Gibson will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
They'll try and run it in. It's Richardson.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
The try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Looking to throw on second down.
Pull. That's out to the flat for Akers.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. Pull. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
This offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run again with Richardson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
53 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Washington going to send out their punter.
Standing just outside his own goal line. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. Poole. He's going to look deep down the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On 1st and 10, Reeves. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Going right back to Akers.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richardson, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A 5-yard touchdown catch.
And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. They'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Poole.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Throwing again. Pull. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Brings up third down and 10.
On third down, here's a run by Akers.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brings up second and 3.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson
With career touchdown number 60.
And the Commanders extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Extra point up and through, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
It fights him under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Richardson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Richardson again. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richardson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Back to throw. Reeves.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Richardson.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Commanders,
they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.